Kia ora koutou. I'm Rameka Tamaki and I'm a classically trained guitarist who will be performing at Get Comfy for you all. So what does mental health mean to me? Mental health and mental illness is important to make a distinction between the two. I think a lot of people overlook it and be like, mental health, what does that mean? Like depression or bipolar? These are mental illnesses that people suffer from, but everybody has to watch their mental health. Now, depression, bipolar, schizophrenia, symptoms such as these are illnesses, but your mental health, how your mood's doing, how motivated you are in achieving your goals, things like that. These are things that everybody is either in nurture or in decline, so it's something you have to watch. Mental health to me is a symptom. So if I'm not exercising right, or if I'm not eating well, or if my relationships are in decline, that's when I notice that my mental health can take a hit. If I'm also tunnel visioning towards a certain goal and only focusing on that one thing, and then I see these other parts of me start to deteriorate, then that is when I notice that my mental health also begins to deteriorate. For me, there's been 2 episodes where it's been the most prevalent in my life and where I've been affected by mental health. The most recent was at university over the last 5 years. So I was tunnel visioning. On my goals of just being a classical guitarist, and I was playing guitar pretty much all the time, and I still do to some extent. But back then I was neglecting a lot of my friendships, I was neglecting my family, I was even neglecting my physical health. My values and my belief system were just focused on the classical guitar. So if I was doing bad at the classical guitar one day, then I would just take this massive hit. It's like my whole life just revolved around that one thing. And that was where my happiness and my sadness lay, was with my ability of classical guitar. And I wasn't seeing at the same time how isolating that was getting for me. So what I did is I took a couple months break. As after I finished my degree at the start of this year, I decided, all right, I'm going to take a step away from classical guitar, start hitting up my friends more, and start aligning with my core values outside of classical guitar. So stop tunnel visioning, kind of figuring out what aligns with me in my life and what I've been neglecting, and then working on those parts of it. And I've seen my mental health being able to take a positive turn, and no longer being in that state of decline, but in a state of whoop, uppity up. If you're ashamed to talk about your mental health, I understand where you're coming from. Even like myself, I'm totally like, I can't just have that conversation with anyone, So it's important to be able to find people that who are your friends, who you can trust and be in that space with, that's good people you can talk to, or your family. Also trying to find the right people who are trained in that. Maybe they're not even your friends, but that they're there for you, and they know how to have that discussion and how to listen to you properly and not make fun of the situation, because I understand, well, for me, is that if I was to open up about it, is that I'd be a little bit worried that they'll, make fun of it, make light of it, not take it seriously, because I think there's a stigma in society these days, right, is that we don't take mental health seriously. We don't kind of think it's a thing, if you have like these crazy emotions about something, that you just should take a concrete pill and harden up. That's what we hear for ages. Music to me is 2 things. Music to me has been a way for me to be able to express myself, but also to connect. It's like that pure form of expression that comes from a place of silence in you, and that nothing else can be able to express that. You can't speak that, especially with classical. That's why I'm drawn personally to instrumental music, is because there's no words attached to it. It's as ephemeral and as ambiguous as the emotions of a person can be, and I think that words fall short of being able to express that, and it's only something internal that you feel. But also, that can be done with words too, and that's where the connection comes into play, is when, how many times have we heard a song, a great song with some great lyrics in it, and we're able to empathize with that, and we feel that somebody else outside of ourselves can connect to that internal part of ourselves, that quiet part that we find almost impossible to be able to express or share without it. So connection and expression.